Good morning, chaps. It's Deepak again from Gobsmackers, a private tutoring company based in London. If you're looking for any kind of education or tuition advice, feel free to get in touch. Contact details are, there you go, below even. Okay, cool. I was having a conversation with a new tutor yesterday that is looking to get on board with Gobsmackers, and he's in the process of doing an MBA, and it was interesting actually because I asked him, what's the MBA for? Or, what are you going to do with it? Or where do you plan to go? And he didn't really have a clear answer as to why he was studying it, other than some of the students had MBAs, so he felt that he should have an MBA to add another bow to his string. And I want to talk about this idea that the devaluation of not only degree courses, but education to some respects, because there's more and more students that are getting degrees, there's more and more students that are getting masters, and now there's more students that are perhaps turning to PhDs and then even MBAs to separate themselves from the pack. And it's, I can't remember where the quote's from, but very simply it says, dead fish go with the flow. And I think that the key here is that we're kind of almost in the nuclear arms race when it comes to these educational qualifications. And if it's something that you're looking to do to improve your bolster your CV, rather than for the kind of impact it will have on perhaps not only your own personal learning, but the things you'll do outside of education, my broad opinion of it is that you should really consider whether it's the right thing for you. Masters, PhDs and MBAs are not cheap. Degrees aren't cheap either, of course. But I mean, the broad aim here is that try and get the one qualification that's incredibly highly respected, and in absence of that, then look to do quite different things to gain the domain expertise, or to gain perhaps the checkpoint required to enter an institution. So what do I mean by that? What does that mean? It sounds a bit wish-washy and vague. If you think you need an MBA to get into Goldman Sachs, there's people that do get in without MBAs, and you need to examine how they've done that, because riding kind of £15,000 to £20,000 debt based upon one job application, for example, is a pretty big investment to make. And this is not to mention the many people that question the actual value that an MBA has in terms of the actual impact it makes. There's a book called The Personal MBA. I forget the chap that it's written by, but it's kind of an MBA in a book, it's meant to be. So it's an interesting one. Look into it. Now, this is not to devalue the whole point of PhDs, MBAs or masters. They're amazing qualifications. The whole point here is really question what the value of your qualification is, as well as kind of the downside, which is the debt that you're going to carry forward with you. Had I had my time back, there is the question that I would have perhaps wondered if I would have taken the degree course that I did, English literature. Anyway, just a thought to leave you with. Happy Monday, chaps. The week starts.